People are constantly searching for the perfect food, and trends change almost non-stop. Kale becomes a superstar overnight, then it's replaced by cauliflower, or even Swiss chard.
But there's one new food trend that can actually be dangerous and, frankly, a little creepy.
Jimmy Rhodes finds out if the raw movement is healthy or half-baked at the top of the list.
In the 1970s, people looked ridiculous because the fashion industry told them polyester prints were awesome.
Dacron, polyester and cotton wash and wear suits.
Sure, they sweated a lot and are haunted by the pictures, but nobody was seriously hurt from wearing a terry cloth jumpsuit. But when the fad is something you eat or drink, the stakes are higher. Case in point, the current culinary trend, raw. Food safety lawyer Bill Marler says the movement's mostly propelled by affluent consumers chasing health trends.
You know, they sort of started to move towards organic. And then when Walmart started selling organic food, they sort of became disgusted with that. And they kind of keep moving a little further and further to the edge.
Which has risks. Here's some half-baked food trends with real hazard. First up, raw milk, meaning it hasn't been pasteurized.
We have seen an uptick of E. coli cases specifically related to raw milk consumption.
The bacteria makes it taste so good. What could possibly go wrong?
It can cause death. It can cause acute kidney failure, cause strokes.
You kind of buried the lead with that whole death thing.
I represented a woman who drank raw milk. She was in her early 40s. The raw milk had Campylobacter in it, and she became paralyzed.
It's hard to justify that kind of risk. The next trendy beverage, raw water. There's stuff living in those clean-looking springs and streams.
Drinking out of a stream, your risk is to potentially get Giardia or Cryptosporidium.
Those aren't bacteria, they're parasites. Yeah, that. Living inside you. The next one happens mostly in Japan, although there's at least one restaurant in San Francisco doing it too. It's chicken sashimi. Chicken sourced from local farms are killed shortly before the meal, so the breast meat can be served without any of that pesky cooking. I've got one word. No. Just no. Finally, a trend by humans, but for their pets. Raw pet food.
The risk there is that your dog or cat can become ill and you can pick up that pathogen from that animal.
Because when the last syllable of Morky Poo no longer stands for poodle, guess who's on cleanup duty? Not the dog, they have paws. The bottom line, be careful, especially when it comes to kids, the elderly, and anyone who's immune compromised. Knowing when to say nah to raw is at the top of the list.